going to have a business presentation, and then after we're going to have a really great training with one of the absolutely top people when it comes to motivational training and coaching, speaking, being trained by Mr. Miles Monroe, and work with top names around the world. So I'm coming back to that person later.
It's the what if I can pull off a miracle. What if I can become someone that no one thinks I can be? The only way to do anything in life is to first change your mindset. Start telling yourself you can do anything through hard work and dedication. One key word in everything with success is learn how to suffer. You must learn how to suffer. Those who suffer win.
To accept our circumstances unconditionally. That's where I call it emotional invincibility. That's where when you get to that point of where you've accepted everything that's ever going to happen to you and you've made peace with it before it even happens. So when it happens, you're like, oh, okay, this sucks. Worst thing that I could ever imagine, but I can't change it. So I'm not going to, problems are difficult enough to move through and overcome. Why add emotional turmoil to those problems? It doesn't help you get through the problem. In fact, it simply makes it harder. It takes longer, or it prevents you from solving the problem altogether because you're so emotionally engaged in it. You can't see, the sunshine through the clouds.
When I'm saying purpose, I think it's about defining your goals, defining what the life you're trying to build is, and having a real model for what you're doing. I think asking yourself tough questions. Who am I? What kind of person do I want to be? Is this the right thing to do? Pausing for a second instead of just reacting emotionally all the time is a way to kind of get out of that self-absorbed cycle.
Nobody's going to come to your house and take you off the couch. And especially today. So until you understand that you are in charge of, your mental aptitude and the way that you're going to handle life, take on the bumps and bruises, you're never going to get anywhere.
Quote is this: the question is not, are you worthy to reach your goals? The question is, are your goals worthy enough of you?
I believe that everything happens for a reason, but it's 100% our responsibility to choose the reason.
Because remember, transformation comes from a distressing dilemma. It comes when our worldview is shaken up. And part of that shake-up has to be to help you see that could it be that you are living a tiny slice of your potential.
Life is always giving you a test, trying to give you a way out, trying to give you an excuse not to show up. But guess what? You gotta have the mentality to show up every day of your life.
And the most important thing is you like you. So whatever you wanted to hear, say it to yourself, because your mind doesn't even know that it's coming. And also doesn't care. Your mind doesn't care what you tell it is right or wrong, or true or false, or even if it's good or bad, it lets it in. And the familiar, unfamiliar. If praise is unfamiliar, but criticism is familiar, and if you're not used to praise, you'll reject it. And if you're used to criticism, you'll add it in, because we do what's familiar.
If they look at all their successes, where they're happy or where they've overcome things in life, they realize they dug deep into something. They realize that they didn't take no for an answer. If they look at where they are stuck or challenged, they need to reflect and say, at what point in my life did that starry-eyed person, where did it go? And what took that away? once you accept that, you'll realize you can get back to where you were or that good moment, but you just have to take a hard look and take inventory. Until you create that change yourself, like, what do you expect to get out of it? You're gonna get zero.
Realism is nothing more than a socially acceptable form of pessimism. The people with the most consistent track records of success don't think in terms of what is, they think in terms of what could be.
I experience negative emotions, right? And the difference is, what do you do with that emotion, right? So the emotion isn't the problem. It's what do you do with it? It's not that emotional state that's the biggest problem for most people, myself included. It's what we do with that state, and we usually judge it, but don't give it a lot of importance. Don't give that temporary emotional state a significant amount of significance, right? Just go, this is temporary, I accept it, whatever.
You can make anything familiar or unfamiliar. And my advice to everyone is look at your bad habits and make them unfamiliar. And look at what you want, especially praise, and make it familiar.
The way to change the world is to start by changing some tiny thing, right? What matters is, did you make something that stands the test of time, and did you keep working at it past when everyone else would have given up and said, like, it's on to the next thing, or, I'll do this other thing because I can make more money or whatever. Like, you've gotta stay at it and stay at it and stay at it long past whenever the ego gets bored.
You are you. You are who you are. And your vision has to be unique to you. And this is about getting you to think boldly, but not to start the next startup because you want to start the next startup because everybody else is doing it, or become the next best-selling author because everybody else is doing it. It's to figure out, what is that unique vision that's emerging from you? What is that life that you want to lead?
Taking a hard, deep look at your inventory of, what in life was your successes, what were your failures, and how did you learn from them? Taking inventory of where do you want to go, how do you want to be seen? Taking inventory of what is your asset right now. Do you have a certain amount of time? Are you somebody that likes to you come in, you want to cure somebody's problem? People love you. Are you willing to work harder than everybody else? Where is the empty you see in the world that's going to need to be changed? So you take inventory of all these needs and real soul searching, and you're at the first step of living a very fruitful life.
And that's the lesson for everybody, is that we can consciously choose to be. First you accept that you can't change, and then you go, what emotion will best serve me? And I think more often than not, it's gratitude and happiness for the most part, or optimism, is an emotion. But we can be the happiest and the most grateful we've ever been while we are going through the most difficult, painful, scary time in our lives. And here's the thing, it just makes it that much easier. It doesn't mean that it doesn't suck, but it means that you're not letting the fact that it sucks completely control your emotional well-being. But every person that's created extraordinary results, that's changed the world, that's become, financially free, whatever the result is, they established faith that they could do it. The faith was unwavering, and they put forth extraordinary effort until, the operative word, underline the word, circle the word until they got there. They're programmed in the past, and we need something in writing to program us based on what we want for it.
No matter what life throws at you, it's our responsibility to show up to the Coliseum of life, prepare for battle. I don't care what you're going through, what life's throwing at you. It's your responsibility to find your new 100%. Take it upon yourself to do that.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is something that you really, really don't want to miss. We have Mr. Darin Kidd all the way from America. He's a top coach and also network trainer and a family man, but he's also ready to rumble. And we're gonna hear more in the end of this presentation. So make sure that you stay all the way. And I can tell you, he worked with Les Brown, with Eric Ward, with Grant Cardone, and he knows what it takes. And that training he's going to deliver to you and I is going to be amazing. So make sure that if you want to have success this year, you are ready for that one.
YouTube. So my name is Lotta and I am from Sweden, exactly like Bjorn. And I will take the first part of this presentation. If you are listening for the first time, I really recommend you to have paper and pen, especially also when we have our guest speaker, but also during the presentation, because for you it will be a lot of new information. So write notes, write down your questions, get back to the person that invited you, so you really get your answers. And you will also see that this business has a very easy system to follow. And the first part of this system is actually a short video.
Hi, how's business going?
Hello, business is great, thank you.
Hi, I'm the CEO of this operation, and we are disrupting the software distribution industry. We will supply you with a range of products that will enable you to become entrepreneurs. We'll give you the means to take yourself from where you are to where you want to be. Do not miss this opportunity.
All right.
Awesome work, bro.
Thanks, man.
Take care now.
All right, you too.
Wrap it up now, wrap it up. Come on, we got one more thing to go. Hurry up. Don't
Crowd1 is the next generation online business network. For the first time, we're giving people access to the latest tech to build their own business and earn long term. We work with the largest online industries and the best companies in e-commerce, travel, gaming, and lifestyle trends. We are the 5-minute business. Without prior knowledge, anyone can start, build, and earn money in minutes. We are 100% mobile, and Crowd1's revolutionary business model is accessible to people everywhere. Anyone can reach their goal of earning an income with Crowd1's tools and the strongest bonus plan ever. Have you ever dreamt of being first with something? Then this is your chance. Become a pioneer and change your future forever. Choose your favorite products, recommend, and get paid like never before.
Get started. Register. You register with the link or QR code you received from your sponsor. Invite. If you want others to join, show them our videos and webinars and invite them with your personal link or QR code. Choose your favorites from the C1 store. In the C1 store, choose and pick your favorite products or services to sell. Get informed. Attend Crowd1 events and webinars for the latest updates and product reveals. Hey, join the movement. And welcome to the fastest growing crowd marketing company in the world.
So I will start to go through what Crowd1 is and what Crowd1 is not. And this is a really important slide because none of us in this call is hired from the company. We are independent affiliates, meaning that we work independent. So it's extra important that we really give out the information coming from the company and not making up our own stories. So Crowd1 is selling an educational program, including free Crowd1 rewards. And Crowd1 is not selling shares. Crowd1 is a social community platform. And Crowd1 is not a gambling, investment, lottery, cryptocurrency, or Forex company. Crowd1 is a social network connecting people to selected merchants across the globe. And Crowd1 is not offering any kind of investments. And Crowd1 is using Ethereum and Bitcoin as an alternative payment method. And Crowd1 is not developing games. And Crowd1 is sharing rewards with our affiliate partners. So I will focus now on the green side and go through a little bit more what Crowd1 is. So Crowd1 is also very similar to companies and brands that you for sure have heard of, like Airbnb, Uber, Spotify, Booking.com, and neither of these platforms have their own products. So if we take Booking.com as an example, they don't have their own hotels, but they still earn money because they let other hotels market themselves there. And these hotels, they are at these platforms because they reach out to so many more people than only doing the advertisement themselves. And Crowd1 is doing exactly the same thing. They don't have their own products and services, but they let third-party companies market themselves in our platforms. And this is done through a crowd of people, a network of people. And it's also shown that this is the best way to reach out to many, many people fast and globally. Because the power of a network, of a crowd, recommending, sharing, and especially now online on social media, that reaches out to more people. If we compare that to traditional marketing, where you can see someone doing a commercial on television or in a magazine, 1 of 1,000 people get an interest for what is sent or what is written in that magazine. But when you share with people that you have some connection, some relation to. They are following you on social media or anything, and that creates a higher interest. So that is one reason why Crowd1 has reached out globally so fast. And the products and the services we have so far, the products are not that many yet. But this company is still in a pre-launch. We are still a young company, younger than 2 years. So the product is coming now more and more, because now we have the crowd of people, and this crowd of people are the potential customers. But what Crowd1 did from the beginning is to choose the biggest online markets out there. So right now we are in 3 big markets and very soon a 4th one. So the first one is the online gambling market. This is a huge market out there. And the third, or the platform we have there, that name is Affiligo. So here you can compare Affiligo to Spotify, Uber, and so on that I told you about in the beginning. So here you can see third-party companies market their online gambling. E-learning is also a very fast-growing market, especially now with the last month of lockdowns. People learn through their computers, through their mobile phones, and that is e-learning. And we also have our platform here, the Grit Hub. And the 14th of November, that's a date to remember and to write down, because this will be the biggest launch so far when it comes to Crowd1's platforms. And this platform's name is Migster. Migster are in the online market of social gaming. You know, when you have a game in your mobile phone, today, 2.4 billion people have games in their phones. I just told you that we are only 11 million members so far. You can imagine how many people we can reach out to with this platform. So the 14th of November, remember this, but we start to work already now, of course. And the latest market we have is the Life Trend platform, and that is in the traveling market. And as you can see here, this is also a huge online market. Only 2018, more than $8 trillion was spent worldwide in this market. And Life Trend is very similar to platforms you also have heard of, like Agoda, like Expedia. The difference here is when you use live trends, you can do great savings on hotels, on car rentings, when the lockdowns are down, for sure also flights and so on. You can also have a membership in that is called the Platinum membership, where you can save up to 90% on hotel stayings. That's really amazing. And not only this, you can save money, but as I told you before, we are actually a crowd of people that can recommend these platforms to other people. So you can also recommend this platform, and then you can earn money because you do this, and that you don't do on Agoda, for example. So you can save money and you can earn money. You can be a potential customer or customer, and you can recommend it to everyone around you. The platforms and the products I just spoke about, these are global, meaning that it doesn't matter where you live, you can use them. The Safer app that you see here, that's a regional, local product. It's an application for South Africa. And you will also see more and more of these products that is maybe only in Sweden, only in Canada, only in Nepal. So if you don't find any product today that attracts you, you don't like to have mobile gaming, you don't like to travel, for sure you will find products and services that you are already using daily, but that you can use through being part of Crowd1 and save money, and you can also earn when you recommend them. There is actually one product that is Crowd1's own. I told you before, Crowd1 don't have their own products and services. One product Crowd1 has that is their own, and that's the Crowd magazine. There is 5 numbers out there now, and as a member, you can find it in your back office. You can read it online, but I really recommend everyone to order it so you have it to your home in the traditional magazine form. It's a really luxurious magazine. And you don't only order one, you order many, because this product is for all members to use. It's a great tool for us to read and also educate ourselves. But if you bring this magazine with you when you are meeting people, you will also see that when you follow these people up, they have an interest in what you are doing. And then you invite them to a presentation like this. So it's a very easy way. It's training and education for us, but it's also a great recruiting tool. And what about if I told you that you had the possibility to earn money directly to your mobile phone? Should that be interesting for you? For sure. And this is the possibility you have in Crowd1. When you have a mobile phone, you have the application, you will earn money instantly when you are doing a work. So when you have the sound on your phone, you will hear a ka-ching, and that means that you got paid. So you don't need to wait 1 week or 1 month to see how much you earned. Immediately, when something happens, you get the payment to your cash balance in your back office. And then you have a choice. If you want to take out your earnings in either euros or in bitcoins. And today I know that many people, they want to have a way to receive, to actually have bitcoins or part of bitcoins. And this is your chance. So the company has made a very good system. And this system is for more people to be able to take part of Crowd1. Because there is countries that is so-called unbanked. They don't have a bank system that in some other countries. But with cryptocurrency, we give the possibility to more people to also take part. So you can pay in the Crowd1 packages with either Bitcoins or Ethereum, or also with bank transfer. And as I told you, you can get the payout, you can get it in euros, but also in the cryptocurrency Bitcoins. So if you don't have a Bitcoin wallet today or a cryptocurrency wallet, I really recommend you to get one. And if you don't know how to do it, ask your sponsor or your upline, and we will also have trainings about this. But one important thing here is to, as I said in the beginning, with the green side and the red side. Crowd1 uses cryptocurrency as a payment solution. That does not mean that Crowd1 is a cryptocurrency company. Crowd1 do not have their own cryptocurrency. They are using it as a payment solution, and that's a big difference. Another reason to the growth, the fast growth of Crowd1 is, of course, the simple way to do the business. It's 100% mobile business, meaning that you can do it from anywhere, you can do it anytime, you can do it with anyone. You need three things, but you need yourself. You're always the most important tool. You need a mobile phone and you need internet. And then you are ready to start a global business if you want to. And the two key people, there is many great people, of course, that is part of this company and is the people behind this company from inside the management. But the two key people is two Swedish men. One is Jonas Erik Werner. He's the founder of Crowd1. Jonas has a long experience from network marketing. He has also worked as a networker for many years himself. And Jonas is a true visionary. He had a vision to create the biggest online marketing company, and it should also be available for everyone. You should not need any pre-knowledge to do it. And this vision he has actually already reached, because today Crowd1 is the fastest growing online marketing company ever. But Jonas has more visions than this for sure. And his friend Johan Stahl von Holstein is also from Sweden. He's the CEO of Impact Crowd Technology. Johan had no experience from network marketing, but his experience is from traditional business and entrepreneurship. And I am also from Sweden, so I knew the name of Johan before I knew the name of Crowd1, because here he's really respected as a high entrepreneur. He took 3 companies to the stock market, and this was his own companies. And not only he took them to the stock market, he made them something called unicorns. And a unicorn means that the company had a turnover more than $1 billion, each and one of these 3 companies. And if you check how many people has done this, taken a company to the stock market, made them a unicorn, it's not that many. And if you check how many did it 3 times, it's definitely not that many. So Johan has a huge knowledge, he has skills, and also he has the vision to take this company public in the future. When this will happen, we don't know. But we know that with Johan's experience, knowledge, and his vision, and with Jonas and his knowledge and his leadership and vision, they are a great combination to really take this company as long as it can go. And this is a global office, not global office, but a global company. I think you already understood this. And there is offices also globally, of course. So we have current locations in Johannesburg, South Africa. We have it in Manila, Philippines. We have it here in Sweden, Stockholm. We have the main office in Madrid, Spain. We have in Malaga, Spain. We have in London, England. And there is upcoming locations also. The lockdowns the last month has, of course, also made some delays. But it will come in Colombia, in Brazil, in Nigeria, in Hong Kong, in Kenya. And then we come to the second big market that I spoke about. I told you that Crowd1 is also in the fast-growing e-learning market. So we also have the education packages from the third-party company, or the e-learning packages. Normally, it's 4 of them. And it starts with the white package. White package is 99 euros or 990 business points. In back office, everything is calculated in business points because that's more neutral. So 1 euro is 10 business points. In the white package, you will receive 11 e-learning courses. These courses is about being an entrepreneur. Some has knowledge since before, some has no knowledge, but these courses are for everyone. You also, with the white package, have the possibility to start earning from, in my opinion, the best compensation plan we have out there. And Mr. Bjorn will tell you more about the compensation plan in his part. You can earn up to matching bonus level 1, and you can earn streamline bonus up to level 4 with the white package. And you also receive something called Crowd1 rewards. These are given to you for free. None of the 99 euros you pay for the Crowd1 rewards, they are free. This company is still in a pre-launch, like I said before. You are being a part of being a pioneer. You are one of the first still to come into this company. So for this, there is a loyalty program, and that gives you free Crowd1 rewards. And that Mr. Bjorn will also tell you more about. The second package is the black one, 299 euros. And in this one, you receive more e-learning courses. You have higher possibility to earn from higher levels in the bonus plan, and you get more free Crowd1 rewards. And then the third package is the gold one, 799 euros, more e-learning package, more e-learning courses, higher possibilities to earn from the compensation plan, and more free Crowd1 rewards. And usually the biggest package is titanium, 2,499 euros. You have 33 e-learning courses in the titanium package. You have the maximum possibility to earn from the compensation plan, up to matching bonus level 5 and up to streamline bonus level 20. And you receive for free 1,750 Crowd1 rewards. Right now, we have a fantastic, amazing promotion named the Epic Promotion. And Mr. Rocket Rakesh will tell you more about the details for this promotion. But this also gives us a fifth package during this promotion, and that is the Titanium Pro package. And just fast, the Epic Promotion means that for whatever package you buy, you will actually get the next one for free. So if you buy a white, 99 euro, you will get the black for free with the contents of the black. But Mr. Rocket Rakesh comes back to this. So these are the education packages, and we also know that very, very soon there will be more added to these education packages. So you will see that there will be more trainings inside and very, very cool things that will be part of it. And if you have this package, you don't need to pay more or pay again. The new things will just be added. So if you have a white, the new things for the white package will be added there and you can use them. And not only that we have the e-learning courses, we have the possibility to earn from the best compensation plan out there. What you also receive is the possibility to start your global business instantly. And as I told you, to start to earn money instantly to your mobile phone. And if you compare that to any traditional business, you are not even close, because you don't pay anything for starting your global business here. You pay for the e-learning packages, but you get a back office with great tools, promotion videos, you get a system to follow. You always have great trainings, really, really high professional trainings. We have the Sunday school with Mr. Peter Jacobson, that's also Mr. Rakesh will tell you more about. And today we have a guest speaker that is top of the top of the top. This is for free. So with this, I'm done with my part. So I will say welcome to our really #1 in the company. He's very humble and he's a great mentor, and he has really walked the walk. So much welcome to Ambassador 2-star Bjorn Arnstedt.
Thank you very much for that one, Lotta, and I'm really excited today, especially on this call with the guest of Darin we have here and all the amazing people from all around the world. And what a company who is setting every record out there and building the largest marketing and customer acquisition program. And I always want to know, how do Crowd1 makes money? How companies makes money? With now more than almost 12 million people around the world, you and I as a member, we get a link directed to this third-party partners company where Crowd1 has made the best deals so that you and I can save the money and we can earn money. We will see the products and services they have, and we can use them, we can play them, and we can recommend them. That's what we do normally anyway, but now we also get paid. So Crowd1 has added on a part of the price so that there is a profit generated. This profit is giving back to the company and share between the company and the affiliates in Crowd1. That's called crowd marketing. We do the work together, and crowd economy, we're sharing the profits together. In each package, as Lotta said, you and I get Crowd1 rewards given for free. And these are based on the sales from all around the world. They generate a recurring earning to you and I from the growth of Crowd1. And Crowd1 rewards gives quarterly cash payouts based on the profits from products and services provided in the biggest and fastest growing network ever. And can you imagine, we are not even 2 years, we are almost 12 million members around the world. And when the new products and services coming by the end of the year, now we're coming up with the next event for the Mixter and the Epic Lotto and more things to come. We're gonna boom, and we're gonna be 25-30 million people. So you're in the early stage of this one. And some people are thinking, well, these rewards which is given for free was not giving out so much. Well, they said the same about Bitcoin when Bitcoin came. So they went to buy pizza for 10,000 Bitcoins. So I tell you guys, once we are moving up to speed even more, then we will all see more of that one. How these products profits are distributed through a very smart business model. And with the management behind the company, you will see so much improvements coming up now. 20% is always going to the company for running cost. That means staffs, offices, development, events, etc. And now Crowd1 has probably the best finance team entering as well. And there's going to be so much news on the upcoming events that I'm really, really excited. 40% will go back to the Crowd1 network as long-term residual income paid out every month depending on your network level. And 40% is shared between all Crowd1 members as Crowd1 rewards. And this is happening every 3 months. So the more Crowd1 rewards that you have, the more of the cake you will get. With one of the absolutely best compensation plans in the market, Crowd1 has 7 ways of earning money: fear of loss, streamline bonus, long-term residual, educational package sales bonus, matching bonus, customer sales bonus, and active user pool. And I'm going to go through them one by one. If you're new to the call, don't worry, I didn't catch most of it when I started, but I saw one thing: we get instant paid. Out of the profit, then there's a total margin. That's the profit. 20% is giving you and I the better prices. And then you have a direct cost. And from that one, 15% is going to customer sales bonus. So when you are going out and introducing people to buy products and services, you get 15% of what your people are buying. And that is paid out on a monthly basis. When it comes to activity user pool, that's when you are active and your people are active, and then you're collecting points. And this is on a global base. So the more active we are by promoting these great products and services, the more you can actually earn by being an active member. And 60% is going into this pool where you have the 40-40-20. So let's dive into the educational package sales bonus. That's when you're building the crowd. You're building a left team and a right team. That's a binary bonus for many people. When you're offering a white package on the left and the right side, you get 180 up to 360 business points. And remember, Lotta told us 10 business points is €1, so 18 to 36 euro. The black package gives 56 to 108 euro. The gold gives 144 to 288 euro, and titanium 450 to 900 euro. When I saw this plan, I was going so excited. I said, this has the potential to be really, really, really big. And the way it works is this. You have a left team and a right team. Crowd1 has a 1+1 ratio. That means that if you and I introduce a white education package, which is the 99 euro, gives 90 business volume or 90 BV. Now, 90 plus 90 is 180. So 18 euro paid out instantly. 70% goes to your cash account and 30% buy you more of these precious Crowd1 rewards. Most company would pay you 10%, so that would give you 9 euro. Crowd1 is twice as good. And every time there is a sale or an upsale in your team, left and right, you have another money coming in all the time. So this is just a start for you. But Crowd1 didn't stop there. They have a 1+2 ratio. So sometimes one team is growing faster than the other one. In this scenario, you have 180 points or 2 white on one of the sides, and you place another one on the lesser side. Now you have 27 euro instant paid to your cash account. And Crowd1 took it even further. 1+3, that's 4 times better than other companies. So with 270 points on one side or 3 white, and now you place another one on the lesser side, 36 euro. What if this was titanium? Then you would have 900 euro. And if I can do this one, I can teach you to do it. And you and I, we can teach your friends to do it, and so on. And that is the next bonus, the matching bonus or the teaching bonus. In order for you to participate, you need to have a paid package. You need to have 4 personally introduced people, 1 left and 1 right. Now, when you're helping your people to earn money, you get 10% on top of their earnings. So if they earn 100 euro, you have 10 euro extra instantly paid to your cash account. in order to go to the second level. And now you understand, when you upgrade and get better education, you're also opening up the possibilities to earn more money. And this is what I saw gaming or gamification in this one that we are learning by doing. So now you need in total 8 frontlines. People who likes to earn money, is social, likes to share products and services. Now you get 10% on top of the people that you introduce by helping them and their friends as well. So that's 10% in 2 generations. The third one is something that really catched my mind, because I know from experience that when you're building a team and helping people, then you can make some miracles. So if you have 12 people, you qualify for the 3rd generations, you need to keep your black or have a higher one. And if, let's say, 10 of these one can find 10 people who wants to do the same, and we duplicate again 10 people again, that's 1,000 people. And if we have 1,000 people in the team, not yourself but in the team, on your 3rd generations, you have 10% on 3 generations. What if they earn €100 per month? That's 100,000. 10% of that one, my friend, that's €10,000. If that would be per month or per week, now you know what's possible, because our slogan is impossible is nothing. To go higher, you go gold, and to go highest, you go titanium. My first day, 20 people plus and going titanium, so I was ready. And then from that one, starting to help each person to grow from that one. And they can be on any package. So start on whatever feels good for you. And crowd one is for everyone. If you want to have a part-time income, if you want to build something that is bigger, or if you want to build something without any limits. When you're building a team, you're taking part of the long-term residual income, which is paid on a monthly base. That's money from all around the world. So if you're living in, doesn't matter where, you're taking part of Latin America, you take part of Canada, Africa, Europe, Asia, Australia, anywhere you can think of. And from the pie chart that I showed before, the 40%, that amount is paid out on a monthly base, shared between 21 levels equally. There are 7 different titles that you can achieve: the team leader, the coordinator, the manager, the director, the president, the senior president, and finally the ambassador title. And on each level, there's 3 levels. You start on scratch, that means outside. And once you have 500 binary points, this is something the personal introducer can show you, or you will find more in the back office, or you just come back to these calls. When you qualify for level 1, you share with all the people who are level 1 those money, and also the people who were before. Because when you come to level 2, you keep your cut in level 1 and you get from 1 and 2. When you come to level 3, you keep it in 1, 2, and 3. You come to level 4, you keep it in 1, 2, 3, and 4, and all the way to the top. And the higher you come, the less people to share with. And then you can imagine, the higher you come, the more residual income. And we are just a start. Every month this has grown by 5%. And if you were not happy with your last residual income, don't blame the company. Go to the mirror. You're going to find the answer there, and go back and make a plan, because at the same time you're building, you're making instant money. And we have so many proven records of that one. And once you come to level 10 or director 1 star, you will be invited to a 7 days luxury cruise, which we're going to hear more about a little bit later. And when you come to level 13, you go on a bucket list. That's a real dream trip. When people talk about dream trips, they haven't seen anything, and that you have to be a president to get. So go high and go all the way, or go the way that you want to be happy with. Every month we get paid on the spot, on the time, on the day. No matter if it's a Sunday, a Monday, a Tuesday. If it's the 15th, it's the payday in crowd 1. That's our lucky number, number 15. We get paid in May, June, July, August, September. Whatever title you have by the end of the month before will be you in the pool coming up. So now we had a big month with customer sales bonus, the residual income, the crowd 1 rewards, and activity pools. And next month, events, and then comes the mixer, the epic lotto, and then guess what? In December, happy holiday, Merry Christmas, whatever you are celebrating, you and I can do some great shopping. So work your plan, and the plan will work together with you. All the bonuses you do in your time. There's no stress. You do it in your pace. But the fear of loss is for everyone. 14 days fast start bonus. You need to have a paid package, and when you have introduced 4 people who buy either the white package, which gives you €125 extra after the 14 days, a black package gives 375, gold 1,005, and titanium gives 3,150 € extra. How would that feel? If you have a combination of 2 white and 2 black, you get from the lesser one. If you have a combination of 4 on each, you get from the highest one. So make it yourself, help your people to duplicate, and make this as the first goal. Because once you have 4, you're also ready for matching bonus level 1, and you had advanced in the streamline bonus. And the streamline bonus is for everyone. When you join, anyone who signs up after you will come in the streamline bonus. That is when 250 join, you qualify for the first incentive, which is free crowd one rewards, whether you find somebody or not. And I know that goes fast, so most people don't even have a chance to find it before the 250. But you can be fast, and the more people you introduce, the higher amount of crowd one rewards you will receive for free every Wednesday on top of the earnings that you're doing. So go in and claim them every Wednesday. When it comes to residual income, every month claim them. And with that one, I'm going to hand over to the next person who have done a rocket career here, and he's all the way from Australia. He's starting his morning at the same time as Mr. Elon Musk, and he's a great person helping people. So welcome, Mr. Director, Mr. Rakesh.
Thank you, Bjorn. Good morning. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I hear you.
Thank you, Bjorn, and thank you, Lotta, for an amazing presentation as usual. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. My name is Rakesh, all the way from Sydney, Australia. Absolutely wide awake. It is almost 4 a.m. in the morning, but ready to take it away. So let's talk about Crowd One incentive. As we all know, Crowd One exactly knows how to incentive people. When I'm talking about people, I'm actually talking about champions who have actually made to the cruise. So we had this qualification for until August 2020, the 1st of August. So whoever have hit the dive first star, they actually get a chance to go on a VIP cruise, which is actually happening in Dubai for 7 days. Guys, congratulations, you actually have made it. You probably have to start packing your bag, and you know what? Go out there and have fun because you actually deserve this. Next one, please. Yes, guys, you know what? Epic promotion is back, and we are so humbled and so thankful to Crowd One that we have this promotion going on until December. The way Epic works is if you actually sign up for a white package, it will be automatically over to the next one level up. That's going to be a black one. If you get the black one, black goes to gold, gold becomes titanium, and we also have an opportunity to upgrade to Titanium Pro as well. My recommendation is to go Titanium because the moment you get Titanium, you can actually duplicate that in your team environment as well. And that's how you can see the massive momentum in your organization. So guys, go Titanium. Next one, please. Crowd One Impactor. I'm actually a big fan of Crowd One Impactor. Crowd One is also about giving back to the community and needy people. And guys, guess what? We had some incredible people in our Crowd One family. They have done some charity work and has given back to the community as well. So guys, if you guys have got some plan, some studies and whatnot, and you'd like to throw something to the community, let's have a word. Let's see how we can work together as a team, and we can actually add some values and give it back to the community and needy people. So let's be the proud of Crowd One Impactor. Next one, please. Crowd One Tutorials. We believe in education, guys. As we all know, education is actually the backbone of nation. And Crowd One is doing such a phenomenal work. And you know what? Let's be the part of Crowd One live event. And in order for you to be the part of the Crowd One live event, you have to go to the back office, book the ticket, and bring as many guests as you can. That's Peter Jacobson training. Guys, if you haven't heard of Peter, that means you haven't heard of business yet. Peter is actually our network director, motivational speaker, leadership, and a business coach. Peter actually had been training hundreds and thousands of people from last over 2 decades, guys, and had changed their life for good, guys. We are so fortunate that we've got Peter in the house, guys. We have got this training happening on every Sunday at 2 p.m. Sweden time. We call that as a Sunday school. To be the part of Peter training, guys, you have to register prior. And guys, let's bring more people in. Let's register and be the part of Peter training, guys. I have seen the massive momentum happening in my business because of editing Peter training, guys. I never miss the training, and I always take my people there. And guys, thank you so much, Peter, for changing countless people's lives. So guys, let's be the part of Sunday school on every Sunday. Next one, please. Next move. This is actually my favorite part. When we join the business, we have a reason why. And there are two types of why. One is actually a logical why, and the another one is actually called an emotional why. Your logical why always talks about the next pin. So for example, you are a manager, you want to actually get to director. If you're a director, you want to go to president and above, guys. But why? There is an emotional why attached with it. You know for a fact, when you actually become a director, it can help you to unlock the door for a financial freedom. You can actually give that time back to your family members who deserves the most, right? You probably want to chuck that alarm out of the window, which beeps every single morning, and you hate that snooze, guys. So if you have got the really strong emotional why, it will always help you and get your dreams done, guys. Sometimes life comes in between and it will always knock you down. But guys, if you have a really, really strong emotional why, it will always help you to bounce back higher and higher. That's how you go out there and get it done, guys. Next one. So decide your goals. Goals is nothing but the dreams with the deadline. So once you know what you want to achieve in your life, you don't have to look left or right. Understand, you need to set always realistic goals, something that you can actually achieve that. You go out there, get it done, and set another goals and get that done as well, guys. There is always room for something, and that room is called room for improvement. And that's how you go out there and hammer it down. So the next one, guys, the training. We always believe in training, guys. And we are so lucky that we have got the multiple Zoom sessions happening every single day throughout different time zone. And we are so lucky that our ambassador second star, Bjorn himself, conducts this training every day at 7 p.m. Sweden time. He has changed thousands or probably millions of people's lives, guys. And we are so lucky that we can actually attend this training. So like, guys, let's bring more people in. Let's be the part of this training and go out there and make difference in people's life, guys. Next one, please. Make an action plan. Absolutely, guys. Too much talking, no good. Because as we all know, action always speaks louder than words. Once you learn what you want to achieve, all you have to do is you have to implement. Okay? In order for you to implement, you have to have a lot of activities going on as well. Okay, that's how you need to set the action and just get it done, guys. Let's implement it straight away and see how the life happens once you implement things, whatever you have learned. Next one, plan to action. The way plan to action works is once you know where you're heading in your life, you have to set a reminder. You can probably write down in a piece of paper, notebook, stick onto the wall, or maybe on the fridge. Sometimes you actually have to see your dreams. Sometimes seeing is also believing as well, guys. And that's how it reminds you, and you will never ever lose the track. That's how you go out there and get it done. Next one, review your action. Every single successful business entrepreneur, everybody, they always review their action on a regular basis. They always have that habits going on, because sometimes we miss things here and there. But if you have got that habit going on, you will never miss a shot. And guys, last but not the least, I want to add one beautiful quotation here, which always gets me going, is people will hate you. People will rate you. And the same people try to shake you. But the confidence that you have within yourself will one day make you. And guys, understand this. With the vehicle like Crowd1 that we have, life start falling in place the moment you come on board. So I'm here. I welcome everybody to the Crowd1 family. Congratulations. And with that, impossible is nothing. Over to you. Thank you very much.
Sure that Africa, South America, and Asia is united. We are Crowd, man. We are really proud to be part of this. But tonight, I am super excited because all our friends are here. Darin is here, guys.
Darin, are you here? Are you ready?
All right. Well, listen. Hello, everyone. It's awesome to see your smiling faces, and what an impressive presentation. Network marketing before COVID was over 100 years old, $180 billion profession, over 100 million people participating. And to my knowledge, I've never known anyone to do what all of you have done in the period of time that you have done that. And so I appreciate the opportunity to share some information with you, Bjorn. Phenomenal job. Congratulations on being the #1 in a company. To my knowledge, it has done things that have never been done before in 100+ years. So congratulations to all of you. And I'm excited, I'm excited to share some information. My wife and I, we have 5 kids, which, let me just give you a warning. Okay, if you work from home, that can happen. You can have a bunch of kids, right? So we have 5 kids from 27 down to 12. And that's my life. And so we're very blessed to have that. And people, they hear my story. And I'm very fortunate, very blessed, and I'm very appreciative. I recruited over 1,000 people. I was in network marketing before I became a trainer, speaker, consultant, and coach for over 28 years. And I recruited over 1,000 people personally. I had over 1,000, way over 1,000 personal customers, built teams of, that did hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue all over the world. And, the magazines and the books, and worked on an advisory panel with John Maxwell and interviewed by Grant Cardone. Those are great things. Don't get me wrong. But I think what's really going to motivate you is the rest of the story. Okay. It's what happened before all of that. So what happened before that was I failed for 7 years, 7 solid years. I dropped out of college. I wanted a better life for my family. And I believed in this industry, but I didn't know what to do. I didn't have a mentor, and we didn't have the internet. And I think that's also a very interesting part of my story. I built with no social media, and then, and recruited hundreds and got over 1,000 customers with no social media. Then when social media came onto the scene, we started having mobile phones and, digital online marketing. I went out and hired some of the best in the world. I hired one of the top 20 YouTubers in Forbes magazine before I launched my YouTube channel. I hired one of the top 10 social media experts in the world in Forbes. And what it allowed me to do is build a following of several 100,000 people. And see, that's why you're smart, because you're jumping on here today. Why would we spend our whole life trying to figure out what to do right when we can learn from someone else that has spent many years, right, figuring out what to do right? You can read their book, you can take their course, you can jump on here with all of these phenomenal leaders and learn from their years of experience. And what that does, it compresses time frames. I call it success compression. It shaves years off of your learning curve. And for those of you that maybe have kids, right, or you were a kid, that pretty much sums up all of us, right? Our parents, they wanted to tell us things so we could learn from their mistakes. They're like, hey, listen, don't do this. And maybe you're hard-headed like I am. And some of those things I had to learn the hard way. But I want to share some things with you today that took me years to learn. So hopefully to shave some time off of your learning curve, help to get where you want to be sooner than later. So after failing for 7 years, finally having those mentors come into my life, but before they did, I ended up bankrupt. Okay, so that's government assistance. I had my car repossessed. I was on Medicaid, which they give to people here in the US that can't afford to feed their family, they can't afford a doctor. I went to the doctor for depression. I really didn't have any hope. When you can't feed your kids, you can't support your spouse. I couldn't keep a job. I'm a college dropout. Right? I live in a small town still to this day, right? And we have 1,500 people in our little teeny town. If you got into the county, it's about 10,000. And so I didn't have a lot of hope. But thank God someone came into my life that looked at me not as how I was, but how I could be with my God-given potential, and it changed my world. And so the reason that I walked away after being a distributor, for 28 years is because I've always had this passion. I'm like, man, I want to be the person that is what I needed for those 7 years, because I don't want people to have to go through some of those things. So that's kind of my story. And here's the good news for all of you, no matter where you are watching this today, you can't change your life overnight, but you can change the direction of your life overnight. You can change the direction of your business overnight. So it doesn't matter what you went through in the past, it's where you're going. Don't look back unless you want to go that way. All right, we're going to focus on what we can do, not what we can't do. And let's start out talking about, the network marketing, direct sales, online marketing world. In my opinion, we have never been in a better place in our lifetimes, right? In 100 plus years, 180 billion, 100 million people, those were numbers before COVID. Those were numbers when we used to have to tell people, hey, listen, Mr. Smile, have you ever thought about maybe working from home? Have you ever thought about maybe having a plan B, right? And we had to really maybe sell people sometimes on, they may need to think about, what if you got laid off from your job? Well, do we ever have to do that ever again? No, never again, right? Because the world now knows that you do not want to leave your financial future in someone else's hands. And what are their options? Their options are, well, I can go out, because my wife and I also had success with traditional businesses. We had franchises. Well, in that world, who do you know right now that wants to put their name on a several-year lease where they're responsible for renting a space? What if we get shut down again? So really everyone is looking for a way. So you just shared with me how you can do everything right from your smartphone. right? You have the flexibility. So there's never been a better time. Now, I don't know, I'm learning about your company, and Bjorn has done a phenomenal job at sharing that information with me, but you've done things that have never been done before. And so I want to help you with your attitude and your philosophy, right? Because success, if you listen to Tony Robbins, whose companies did over $6 billion in revenue last year, Tony Robbins talks about how 80% of your success is psychology, right? The skills are very simple when it comes to building a big business. But what happens how do you get into your company? How do you get into crowd one? It's pretty simple, right? Okay, for a minimal investment, you go, I'm in. But how do you get out? I'm out, right? What's easy to do is easy not to do. We lead a voluntary army. So when my wife and I had those 2 franchises, and we had spent $700,000, right, in those franchises, and we had all these employees and overhead and headache, what's fascinating is I was making more money in 1 month from my phone in network marketing than I was both of those combined in a year, having complete freedom. But in my mind, I treated my business like I invested that type of money. So even though you can get started in your company for such a minimal investment, now let me just say this, some of you may go, Darin, well, that's easy for you to say. It's not minimal for me. Hey, I've been there, right? I couldn't feed my family, right? I had that day of disgust that I go, you know what, I've had it. And so I completely appreciate and understand where some of you are, but that's going to be part of your story. You're writing chapters in your book that are going to motivate and inspire people to know they can have more, they can do more, and if you can do it, they can do it. So Jim Rohn says, don't wish it was easier, wish you were better, right? Jim Rohn says, set a goal to make $1 million, not for the $1 million, but what you become in the process, right? I met a guy years ago, right? I'm having a hard time sitting still. Can you tell that? Right? I got so much energy. I'm just excited. I met a guy years ago, and this guy, he had this amazing car. Like I'd never seen a car like it. And he had this necklace, this gold necklace that probably cost more than my home. And I walked over and I'm like, listen, sir, you know, I love studying successful people. If you don't mind telling me, like, what do you do for a living? That's a beautiful car. That's a beautiful necklace. And he laughed and he said, I won the lottery. And I thought he was joking. And I'm like, and he was like, no, I'm serious. I worked in a kitchen at a local college and I won the mega $1 million lottery. Now, does anybody know why most people that win the lottery go broke? Okay, not only do they go broke, I saw some numbers last week here in the US. Within 36 months, over 70% of the people lose all their money that win the lottery. Most of them actually go to a place that was worse than where they were before they ever won the lottery. And you go, why is that? Because they didn't become a multimillionaire. They were given millions of dollars, and our income always comes back to where we are. So if we want to make more, all we have to do is become more, right? And so when I got started on my journey, we didn't have the ability. You just had the ability. Look at the superstars that you just heard from on this one training, right? I used to have to drive for many hours and borrow gas money, borrow a car, you know, because I was just searching for someone that would really help me. So when it comes to working on yourself, you want to work on yourself as hard or harder than you're working on your business. And what does that mean? It's about personal development. So when my mentor said, Darin, you don't make what you want, you make what you are. You want to make more, you have to become more. And I'm like, well, how do I do that? They go, well, it's personal development. What do you read? You know, what do you listen to? Who do you associate with? Because your associations are like an elevator. They lift you up or they bring you down. So I had to ask myself, like, what are my associations doing to me, or what are they doing for me? So that's exactly what you're doing today, and I want to congratulate you for all of that. Now, when you're taking notes, hopefully you're taking notes because you do not want to trust your fortune to your memory. One thing that I would highlight in your notes is that basics create wealth when it comes to building your business, because fancy does not duplicate. I was in a room several years ago with hundreds of top money earners from all over the world. And the general consensus was 80% of production comes from new people, brand new people. So think, why is that? Why is it the longer that we're in, people, they learn more information, right? So then we think we need to, you know, just spew all this information on people we're sharing the business, right? And the services and the products. And we start to complicate things. So you want to make sure that you keep everything very simple and very basic, which is why what I'm going to work with you on today in this session are some basics. But I want to help you get your attitude and your philosophy right. If you get that right, everything else will work itself out. You go, man, why do some people have success and some people don't have success? But we're doing very similar things. It's not the how-tos. It's how you do the how-tos. Now, how many of you have ever seen the movie Hitch? Right? Okay. The only person I can see on here right now is Mr. Smile. Right? Okay. But how many of you have ever seen the movie Hitch, where Will Smith, and you can look it up on YouTube afterwards, is trying to teach Kevin James how to dance? Right? And there's that song by Usher. This is the song right here. And Will Smith, Kevin James goes, look, I don't need any help learning how to dance. I've got this. And he says, okay. And he turns on the music, and Kevin James starts to do all this fancy stuff, right? Let's see if you can hear this. I don't know if you can hear this or not, but let's see. Can y'all hear that? Can you hear that, Mr. Smile? Okay. And then all of a sudden, he starts dancing like this, right? And he's like, yeah. He starts dancing, making the pizza, right? Doing the Q-tips, throw it away, right? And then Will Smith smacks him and says, no. Don't ever do that again, right? This is where you live. Right here, right? You don't need to make the pizza. You don't need to do the Q-tips. You don't need to do any of that fancy stuff. So when it comes to your business, this is where you live. You want to keep it very simple and very basic. So Bjorn, let's go ahead and get right into the slides. Okay, so the first slide, how many of you want me to tell you what you need to hear, not necessarily what you want to hear? All right, that's why you're on here. You're like, Darin, show me what I need to do to take my business to the next level. All right, great, perfect. And this is the way it's going to work. It's an emotional roller coaster, right? Can I get an amen on that one? Like if you have not felt like quitting, you have just not been in the business long enough, right? So if you're promising people, hey, look, you can get in, you can do nothing, you can get rich quick. It's like winning the lottery. You're going to attract people that do not want to work. And most people know if their mindset anyway, even if they're not saying it, we've been taught if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is, right? If it sounds easy, it may be sleazy. So when people go, Darin, I love the fact that you are real with people. Well, that's why I want you to know when you're out there building your business that it's normal. It's what everybody goes through. It's not just you, because if we don't let them know what to expect, they're going to quit the business. They're not going to stay strong enough, long enough to have success. Let me know if that makes sense. So when you have the emotional roller coaster, you're going to get in. It may be today. Some of you are going to be in the no sleep zone, right? You're going to be like a Chihuahua, okay? That little teeny dog that has an enormous amount of energy. You're going to be like a Chihuahua jacked up on an energy drink. Whatever energy drinks you have in your area, okay, if you can imagine that. Because your dream machine is starting to turn on. You're like, you know what? Oh my gosh, maybe I don't have to work until I die. Maybe I can eliminate my debt. Maybe I can retire my spouse. Maybe I can travel the world. Maybe I can love what I do and can't wait to wake up every single day. You're in the no sleep zone. But then you go share it with some people that you know will see what you see. And they say some crazy, stupid stuff, right? Like, I can't believe you're doing one of those things. Oh my gosh, those things are a scam. Those things don't work. That's like me saying to you, okay, you go to a gym? Are you kidding me? Have you not heard that gyms are scams? I know a lot of people that go to the gym and work out, but they're still not in shape. Gyms are scams. It's not that gyms don't work. It's people that don't work. But because you're so excited, your knowledge is low, your excitement is high. Okay, you see the downturn on that roller coaster? That's called the self-doubt phase. And I will share with you how to get through that self-doubt phase. You went from the I'm so excited, I can't sleep, to doubting yourself and going, maybe I shouldn't do this. Maybe I should listen to my broke friends and family. Well, by the way, if you buy people's opinion, you buy their lifestyle. So if they don't have what you want, why would you listen to them? I will guarantee you, after this training today, there's not one of the 1,000 people here and all the people on YouTube and all the replay video viewers, none of you are going to message me and say, Darin, can you please let me know your top hair care tips? You're not going to do that because I have no hair. So if you buy people's opinion, you buy their lifestyle. Why don't we call broke friends and family and ask them their opinion, right? So when I stopped listening to people that had the same problems that I had, started listening to people that had the solutions in the life that I wanted, my whole world started to change. But then you have somebody call you back and they go, man, you've never seen anybody do what I'm going to do, right? Lata, I'm going to make you rich. Like you're going to be able to retire and travel the world, and you're back up, right? You're back up on that roller coaster in the no sleep zone. Then maybe 2 weeks, maybe a month later, they disappear. They're the witness protection program. They block you from social media, right? It's up, it's down. It's up, it's down. If you hadn't felt like quitting, you hadn't been in long enough. That is completely normal. But listen, don't get mad at the downturn. That's called the process. This is where Jim Rohn said, look, you get paid based on the size of the problem that you can solve. When I was building in the field and I was a top money earner, and they go, Darin, you don't understand. People steal some of my products. No, you don't have to worry about that. But I would say, hey, look, the only difference in me and you, if my income is bigger than your income, they probably stole more of my stuff than they have your stuff. Well, you don't understand. Like, I had an event and I had all these people were supposed to show up and only one person showed up. Well, I remember back in the old school days, right? I drove 3.5 hours one way and the person doing the event didn't show up, right? Well, Darin, I've got all these people on my team and no one's doing anything. And I go, well, if I'm making more money than you, I've got more people doing nothing than you do. So get some more people doing something, or get more people doing nothing, then you'll have more people doing something. So the point is, don't get mad at the process. If we get paid based on the size of the problem that we can solve, if I jumped on here today and I go, look, the first day I joined this industry, I had success and I never had a failure, you would not waste another minute listening to me. But what motivates you listening to me are the stories that I'm sharing with you that I've been through, because you know if I can do it, you can do it. And I'm going to give you the 3 keys to success in just a second. So it is an emotional roller coaster, and I'm going to teach you how to get through that in just a second. Time versus money. So if you look at the right part of the screen, this is a 5-year chart. You're going to get started. If you look up top, there's very little money in that first year and a lot of time. You're going to be working really hard. You're going to look at your check and your income and you're going to go, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm working so hard for so little. But by the 5th year, you have the potential. This is not an income claim, but you have the potential to not even know where your money's coming from. You're working very little bit of time, but you're making massive amounts of money. Okay, you have that potential if you're willing to pay the price and you're willing to work. Now, you can take that 5 years if you would like, and this is what I did. I compressed it down to about 12 to 24 months. I'm like, you know what? I want to get there sooner than later. And to be honest with you, it's a whole nother training, but it is easier to build it fast than it is to build it slow. Okay, let's go to the next slide, please. So 3 keys to success, right? If you don't have these 3 things, it's probably impossible to succeed. Okay, but the good news, you're on here, you're watching this, you most likely have all 3. Number 1, you have to be coachable. Now, what does that mean? Most people, they say, yes, I'm coachable, but that's really code for, as long as you tell me what I'm comfortable with, I'm coachable. But if it rubs me the wrong way, I'm not that coachable. Here's a little tip from my experience. If it rubs you the wrong way, if emotions start to bubble up, it was probably meant for you. So I've had doctors that have come on my team in the past, and they go, I'm a doctor. I'm not doing these little simple things that you tell me to do. And they fail fast, and they fail hard. But then I've had people or doctors that come on board and they go, hey, listen, I went to school to be a doctor, but I'm smart enough to know that this is completely different. So if you tell me what to do, I'll do it. And they had massive success, right? How many of you have McDonald's where you live, right? Probably everywhere. There are 30,000 plus McDonald's all over the world. You wouldn't spend millions of dollars on a McDonald's, go to Hamburger University and say, hey, I know that the cheeseburger's in a yellow wrapper. Okay, I know the fry machine is on the left side when I'm facing the counter. The shake machine is on the right side. You know, they don't have the best hamburger, but they have a system. And you're going to do exactly what they tell you because you're going to want to have similar results to the 30,000 plus successful McDonald's. So you want to be coachable, follow the leadership of your company, follow the leadership of your organization. And even if you don't understand it, I don't have to understand why some things work. Right? If I trust the source, I just know that they said it works and I'm going to do it as long as it's honest and ethical. All right, so let's go to number 2. Okay, desire. How do you create desire? This could be the most important part of the entire training. You know why you're building the business. So if I sat down with each and every one of you right now, if we did a Zoom call and I go, tell me what's most important to you in your life right now, what would that be? Now, for me, when I first got in, it was just like, man, I would just like to buy groceries. I would like to have a safe car for my family. I would like for my family to be able to eat healthier, but your why will change and it will grow. But remember the emotional roller coaster when you're going through that self-doubt phase? This is what helps you stay strong enough, long enough to get to the other side. So for me, we had this big Coca-Cola plastic piggy bank, and we told my oldest daughter, someday we'll use it to go to Disney World. And growing up, we never had money. And so my dad passed away 10 years ago saying, someday we'll go do this, and someday we'll go do that. And someday never came. And so I've learned that someday leads to a town called nowhere. But I've also learned that some people's some days are other people's every days. So when she walked in one day and we had that on the floor, and I'm taking the change, the money out of my little girl's piggy bank for Disney World just to go get food, and she runs in, sees me taking it, runs out crying, that was my day of disgust. That was my day that I go, I've had it. And I drew a line in the sand. I remember being on my hands and knees going, God, how could I get that low to the point where I'm taking my child's money? And I walked into my other room and I wrote on the wall, I will until. I will until. And a mentor of mine said, Darin, success is buried right underneath frustration. And I go, well, I have to be close because I can't get any more frustrated than I am right now. And with that, every time I felt like quitting, which was 100 times a day, I would rewind that and play that back in my mind, going, you know what? I will until. They can quit on their family. I will never quit on my family. And that helped me stay strong enough, long enough to have a breakthrough to get to the next level. And again, I could do a 2-hour training on this one part, but you want to know, have a crystal clear picture of exactly what you want. So without getting too detailed, let me share this with you. Your brain does not know the difference in reality and what you tell it. So when you visualize an experience, you visualize you achieving a rank, achieving a goal, retiring your spouse, right? Being a stay-at-home parent, helping people, impacting people, loving what you do, having that dream car, right? Buying that dream home. When you visualize that, your body and your brain produce the same chemicals and endorphins as if the experience actually happened. So your brain encodes that as a memory. And so when I was mentored by a billionaire for over a decade, he used to tell me, you magnetize the condition that you seek. What you think about, you truly do bring about. Your words and your thoughts are a self-fulfilling prophecy. What you seek seeks you. Does that make sense? There's a thing in your brain called the reticular activating system, RAS for short. And your brain wants to be right, and you have to tell your brain what you want, and your brain blocks out the majority of things that are going on, because if you took in everything, it would drive you crazy. So by the time we're 35 years old, we think every day 70 to 90,000 thoughts every day. Over 90% of the thoughts that you think today are the exact same thoughts that you thought yesterday, right? So if you start to think about what you're thinking about and what you speak, I used to say things, because your brain wants to be right, I used to say things like, I can't afford it. Well, then what it does, it goes into your subconscious mind and it throws into your conscious mind, you're right, Darin, here are all the reasons you can't afford it. So now I ask myself, how can I afford it? And then your brain goes to work, right? I used to say, I can't recruit. I can't get a customer. No one listens to me. Well, your brain goes, here are all the reasons that that's true. One example of the reticular activating system. Have you not noticed how many cars are on the road like the one you're driving until you bought it, right? Were they there before? They were there before. but your awareness. So when you set a goal, and you know, Tony Robbins did this at an event. He said, how many things can you see that are brown? Count them. And he gave us like 20, 30 seconds. And you're going 1, 2, 3, 4. And he goes, close your eyes. How many blue things did you see? And we're like, you didn't tell us to look for blue. You said look for brown. And he's like, you have to tell your brain what you want. He goes, now that you're looking for it, open your eyes. And how many things can you see that are blue? A lot more, because you're searching for it. So the clearer the picture of your future here, the more goal-directed your actions are on a daily basis. What thou seest, thou beest. You have to see it in your mind before you ever see it in reality. Anything you ever achieve, you ever win in life, you will achieve in your head first. So really spend some time with that billionaire. When he goes, Darin, I want you to make a dream board, a vision board. I'm like, really? I'm like, are we in like a little kid in school? But I'm like, well, wait a minute. It's his private jet that I'm flying in, not mine. He's the one paying for 1,000 kids a year to go to college, not me, right? He's the one that gave away hundreds of millions to charity. If he says do a dream board, I do a dream board. And like, if you look now, let me know in the comments, in the chat, if this is making sense to you. If any of you are having an aha moment, let me know in the chat. But if you look on my phone, you can't see it. I've got my goals on my phone because we check our phone an average of 400 times a day. I've got it on my phone. I've got it on my iPad, my computer, my whiteboard. I would put it on dry erase marker on your mirror. So every night when you're getting ready for bed, what you think about before you go to bed, you marinate on for the next 6 to 8 hours while you sleep. I would have it where you're getting ready in the morning, you're looking at the mirror on your refrigerator, and you want to be crystal clear. Okay, so I'll skip on to the next thing in just a second so we can get done. But the clearer the picture, vivid detail. It's not, I want a brand new car. What kind of car do you want? I want a Lexus. Well, what color Lexus? A white Lexus. What color interior? Black interior. What type of wheels? Chrome wheels. Okay, I see we got someone, I want a Lambo, right? Different people. So you want to be very clear. I want to travel. Where do you want to travel? Go ahead and plan that travel out right now. What country, you know, what location, what hotel, where you're going to eat, what are you going to see while you're there, what fun activities. You want to be crystal clear on exactly what you want, right? So that desire. So here's what happens. Your motivation is a motive for your actions. So for me, I'm like, I don't care what they do. I can't help what they do. I will never quit on my family. I am doing this for my family. And by the way, let me give you a massive tip. There was this farmer that was sitting on his front porch and he was in a rocking chair. And there was a neighbor walking by and he goes, hey, mister, your dog is laying under the porch on a nail. And the farmer goes, hey, don't worry about it. When it hurts bad enough, he'll move. Sometimes our friends and family, it doesn't hurt bad enough. I don't work with people that want it, right, or need it. I work with people that want it. Some of them, you throw them the life jacket, they won't even grab it. They won't participate in their own rescue. You have to love them. You have to care about them, but you have to go with or without any of them. Does that make sense? So coachable desire. And then number 3, okay, the last, how many of you have the first 2, right? Okay, the first 2. So number 3, Bjorn, if I can get you to click on number 3 for me, that'd be awesome, is willing to work. This is called network marketing, not net play marketing, not win the lottery marketing. You have to be willing to pay the price. With every Olympic athlete, with every professional athlete, with every successful entrepreneur, there's a season of sacrifice. So there were times that I missed my kids' birthdays. And I've had people go, man, what a terrible dad you are. Ask my kids what they think about that. Because we would celebrate a week early or 2 weeks early or a week late. But because I was willing to sacrifice for a short period of time, my kids at a young age lived a life that most kids only dream of. I've missed my anniversary before. And you're like, oh my gosh, I had somebody go, I'm glad I'm not your wife, right? I'm like, well, ask my wife what she thinks about it. Because I was willing to sacrifice temporarily, we were able to go out there, and now we don't have to wait one day a year to celebrate. We can celebrate every single day, right? And some of you may say this, hey, listen, and thank you, man, I love this. I love all the aha moments in the comments. You are amazing. You know, Bjorn, now I know why you brag on this group so much. I mean, you're the best. I love it. And so sometimes we go, hey, listen, man, I wish everybody saw what I saw. I wish everybody saw the opportunity of crowd one, right? Have you ever said that before? My mentor taught me, he said, Darin, don't want what you don't want. And I'm like, what does that mean? Opportunities go through 3 phases. Number 1, ridiculed. Okay, ridiculed. Man, I can't believe you're doing that. Franchises 30 years ago, they said were scams. Now they're, everybody accepts them, right? Number 2, okay, ridicule, opposed, violently opposed, actually. And then number 3 is self-evident. Ridiculed, opposed, and then self-evident. But only 3% ever get involved in the first 2 most profitable phases, which is ridiculed and opposed. So I met a guy in my state that had 12 cell phone stores in the late 80s. Now, this is when a cell phone was as big as a backpack. Y'all remember that? You had to carry them like this. They were so big. And the reception was terrible. And there were thousands of dollars. So back in the late 80s, if you talk to 10 people, 9 or 10 out of 10 said you have lost your mind. No one will ever have a phone in their car. It's the last place you get any peace. In the early 90s, AT&T walked in and paid him $14 million US for 12 little teeny 300 square foot stores losing money. So now if you go, hey, how many of you know what a mobile phone, a cell phone is? 10 out of 10 know exactly what it is. Your 2-year-old can operate it better than you and me. Well, where would you rather be? Backward, it's hard to make a living now doing that. But yet if you went back when everybody laughed at you, you're wealthy, you're rich, right? So ridiculed, opposed, and then self-evident. So right now you're building your business. I mean, here's the way I would look at it. Hey, look, we can't control who sees it. Some will, some won't. We got to keep moving. We're looking for the lookers, but know that there will come a point in time where people that you introduce this to, it'll still be a great opportunity, but it may take them 1,000 hours to do what you can do now in 1 hour. Does that make sense? All right, let's go to the next slide, Bjorn. All right. Okay, I went over, we're out of time. Let's go through this real quick. 4 types of knowledge. Here's what you're going to go through as you're building your business. Number 1, learned knowledge. It's what you're doing right now. It's YouTube, it's podcasts, it's your company trainings. Okay, that's the learned knowledge. Number 2, activity knowledge. If you're like me and every single person I've ever met, when they finally admit it, you're not going to feel like you're ready. You're going to go, man, I need a little bit more training. I need a little bit more education. I need to prepare. You know what? You're going to be bad before you're good. Every great leader was a bad leader in the beginning. Emerson said, do the thing, have the power. He didn't say wait for the power, then go do the thing. Motion creates emotion. 1 hour in the field implementing what you learn is worth 20 to 50 hours sitting in a classroom. So you're not gonna feel like it. You're gonna fail. Every successful person that I've ever met is the biggest failure that I've ever met. But what they had a different perspective. My perspective is I don't fail, I win or I learn. So you go learned knowledge, then you go activity knowledge. And if you come back and watch this training once a week, right, for the next 5 weeks, if you don't see something different every week, my mentor said, Darin, it just means that you're not doing anything in between. So you go learned activity. Go back to here, the learned knowledge again. You go, oh my gosh, okay, have you ever read a book over or listened to a training again and go, man, where was that before? I didn't hear that before, right? That's why. Learned activity. Number 3 is modeling knowledge. Everything that you do, good or bad, duplicates in your organization. You want to make sure the master copy is worth duplicating. And there's 2 ways I look at modeling. Number 1 is I find someone that has what I want and I model what they do. So Bjorn is the number 1 money earner in the whole company, right? Very smart. Pay attention, right? The leaders that you heard presenting, pay attention. Success leaves clues. And the other thing I go, man, I don't make what I want. I used to have the attitude of being very transparent, right? I tell everybody I am a hot trainer, okay? A hot trainer. Some of you are like, Darin, we can see you in the camera. You're not that hot. Hey, I look just like The Rock, but different, okay? Just like The Rock, but different, okay? I'm not as big as The Rock. You can call me the Pebble, maybe. I'm the Pebble. All right, so there's another tip. Have fun. Lighten up in your sales, brighten up. So modeling knowledge, but HOT stands for, let me finish that. I almost left it at that. Honest, open, and transparent. HOT, honest, open, and transparent. That's the type of trainer that I am. I don't candy coat it. I don't pretend to be something I'm not, because I'm not helping you by doing that. I made the mistake when it comes to this. I used to go, hey, well, you know what? When I start making money, then I'll do some of the things that you're telling me. And my mentor said, Darin, that's a bad attitude. The attitude comes before the money. The attitude comes before the team, not the other way around. If you ever want to make a lot of money, have a big team, you have to become that type of person now, because you don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. So that's modeling knowledge. And number 4 is teaching knowledge. If you really want to retain something, what if every week when you listen to a training or you participated, I would have the mindset, hey, look, I've got to do this exact training next week for a new group of 1,000 people. How would you take notes, right? You would take notes like no one's business. Like you would hang on every single word. Well, you want to do that anyway, because you will retain so much more. Okay, so learn knowledge, you go learned activity. Number 3, then you're worthy of being modeled. And then number 4, teaching knowledge. Okay, next slide, please. All right, you all are very kind. Thank you. Glad you're enjoying the training. This is the magic ingredient. We're going to end on this slide, the magic ingredient. Okay, this is something that a billionaire who had 40 companies in 60 countries that did billions of dollars in revenue, he's the one that got his training, got John Maxwell started, right? He taught me this and it completely changed my life. If I charged you, true story, if I charged you $10,000 just for this one slide, it would be the deal of the century. Okay, how many of you in the chat are ready to hear it? Okay, how many of you are ready to hear it? All right, Venmo me or Cash at me, $5,000 a day as a gift for all, just a deal for you. No, I'm joking. Okay, I'm gonna give it to you for free. The magic ingredient, and here's how it came about. We were being mentored every summer, and Ken Blanchard, who wrote the book, Lead Like Jesus, 1 Minute Manager, one of the top leadership gurus in the world, he went to my mentor, Paul J. Meyer, the billionaire, and he goes, man, I don't understand. Why is there more information available than ever before? But there are more people struggling with their health, wealth, relationships. Think about it. You can Google anything, and there's more knowledge than you could ever read in your lifetime. But there are more people struggling than ever before. What are they missing? And the billionaire Paul Meyer said it's easy. They're missing the magic ingredient, which is spaced repetition. Spaced repetition. And you may, and again, I'm just telling you, at first you hear it, you may not understand the power of it. But let me share a little bit more. How many of you have ever done martial arts? Right? So I've done something pretty much my whole life. I know enough to get beat up. Like, don't challenge me, right? But I could teach you. I kickboxed for 15 years, one of the top 10 in the world, and so I could teach you how to defend yourself. Block and do all these things or whatever. And let's say that you're a natural. You look like you've been doing it your entire life. And tonight you go out to dinner, and somebody comes up and they're going to try to rob you, and they jump out from behind a tree and they swing at you. And instead of doing something, what we practice, which is whatever, just blocking, right? Or pivoting or moving. Instead, you scream and do the opposite. You go, ah, and you do the opposite. Why did you do that when earlier you were practicing it and it was perfect? You look like a natural. And because of time's sake, I'll let you know. It's called muscle memory. So a friend of mine that fought in the UFC, he goes, Darin, it takes 10,000 reps before it becomes muscle memory, where you don't even think about it. Bruce Lee used to talk about, it was like he would step outside of his body in a real life situation and he would watch his body just go to work, right? Well, you have to rep your mind like you rep your muscles in the gym. Okay, if we can click to the next bullet point, please, Bjorn. Over 50% of what you retain is after the 5th time that you hear it, see it, or read it. After. So that's why when you do the learn knowledge, this training, I remember him telling me, Darin, I would rather you read the same book once a month for the next 4 to 6 months in a row than read 4 to 6 different books, because you're going to get so much more out of it. There are trainings and courses that I listen to 25 to 50 times. And every time that I do it, I hear something completely different. So I rep my mind. I spaced repetition over and over and over again. I will get to the point I know what they're going to say before they say it. I can say it with the same inflection in my voice as they did. So everything that you do, understand it's that spaced repetition. Every training, I've got notes that I was going over preparing for this training that I had years ago, that I've gone over 50 to 100 times, that refreshed my memory. And guess what? When you do that, they're going to mean different things to you. There's some things that I'm looking at now that I had notes from years ago or listened to a training several years ago, and that light bulb came on because it's what I needed to hear exactly where I am today. All right. And this last thing I want to share with you, as we have gone, we've gone 39 minutes, got to close it out, is the compound effect. Right? This is to help you with the mindset. You're going to do things successful people do what unsuccessful people are not willing to do. Successful people do what unsuccessful people are not willing to do. And my motto is, I will do today what most won't do to have tomorrow what most won't have. But the frustrating part is that you're going to do simple things on a daily basis. You're reading 10 pages out of a good book a day. Well, you go, man, that's not really going to change my life. Well, that's about a book a month. In 10 years, you read 100 books. Most people hadn't read 10. That compound effect, that penny a day and doubling it for 30 days. So you jump on this training today and you jump off. Are you going to see a massive difference in your business? No. But when you continue to do these things over a period of time and you continue to push through no matter how you feel, you're going to see all of a sudden people come up to you and they go, man, you must have gotten lucky. And then in your mind, you're going to go, no, luck had nothing to do with it, right? I was willing to do those simple things. Here's the key. On a daily basis that seem to make no difference at all when you're doing them. They compound over a period of time, good or bad. So if we walked into McDonald's and we go, man, what happened to that person on the floor? And you go, well, they ate a Big Mac, some French fries, and a milkshake, and they died of a heart attack immediately. We would never eat that again. But it wasn't what they ate that day. It was they slowly dug a grave with their teeth. And I know that's a bad visual, but you'll remember that. So you're doing the same things. You're on here today. You're reading your books. You're listening to your audio programs. You're plugging in your weekly training. Most people are not doing that. Your business, just like mine, looked exactly the same. But over a period of time, my business did this and theirs did this. And then they said things like, you must have gotten lucky. No, successful people do what unsuccessful people are not willing to do. And you're doing the right things on this training. So as I close out, just remember this: vision is seeing it before the masses see it. They asked Helen Keller, what's worse than being blind? She said, having sight with no vision. The late Dr. Miles Monroe said, sight is a function of the eyes. Vision is a function of the heart. What are you willing to do for the next 6 to 12 months, right? To never have to punch a time clock again, unless you want to. Never to work a job again, unless you want to. To be able to impact people directly and indirectly. Do you think I would have ever dreamed I would be one here, people over 100 countries, speaking all over the world in stages in front of 40,000 people and stuff like that? No. So if I can do it, you can do it. I'm cheering for you. And for all the leaders that have me on here, trusting me to share some information with each and every one of you, you know what? I appreciate you more than you know. I am cheering for you. And I'm looking forward to hopefully being able to, who knows, maybe Crowd One will have me come in and speak at something, but I'm excited to stay connected with each and every one of you. And it was a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Darin. That is really, really powerful. And I think it's a lot of wake-up calls for a lot of people on this call here. We had a lot of people on YouTube. We had a lot of people everywhere coming back and saying this is exactly what we need to hear. So big thank you. And we have some people from Nepal, where the Mount Everest is. Mr. Smile, are you here?
Wow, wow, wow. Words can't put it better. I remember the day in Las Vegas on a GoPro promotion, and I shared the same oxygen with Darin. Awesome, Darin, man. You know what? Your surname Kidd in Africa is the biggest one. And we want to see you at the African conventions. We want to see you in Dubai as well. And we want to see you on the cruises, every cruise that we have. We've grown phenomenally. We really appreciate you. I'm super, super excited about your presence. And this is contagious. The teaching you had from Miles Monroe, from Eric Worre. Hey, we're so excited. And above all, Bjorn, my number one, you really number one, not by chance. You really deserve this. I don't have words to say, but I don't think I'm going to sleep tonight. I'm going to chew over my books over and over again. I'm going to listen to Darin. I've been taking notes. Here is my pen. That's what our mentor also told us. Our coach, Peter "The Rock" Jacobson, whom we'll be seeing tomorrow as well. He's preaching the gospel. Whenever we met people like Darin, take notes. And I think everybody in Crowd One is taking notes. Thank you so much.
Lotta, I mean, you are also on the call, so we see you have the tiger behind you, and I think that you also took some seriously good notes here, and was a good wake-up call for a lot of people.
All the papers. No, it was a fantastic training. Thank you so much, Darin. And you do it in such a way that it's so simple to understand it. And that simple is one thing, easy is another thing. But it's really, even if it's so many things that you put into the training, you do it in an easy way. So it's easy for everyone to understand it in a simple way. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Very, very good. I know one guy, he wanted to say something also. He had a struggling background, and Mr. Angelo, I know that you got also some really good slaps in a good way and a kick in the butt. And I think that you also had some good things for Mr. Darin here.
Oh, my man, yes. You know, I was listening to Darin now, and I was like, my man, look here. All I'm going to say is this. You know, when you talk about a vision board, I'm going to take you into my toilet right now. In my toilet. Okay, check here. I'm going to take you in my toilet. And look what's in my toilet.
Not in your toilet, I hope.
No. Yes.
My vision board.
I love it. That's amazing.
My vision board is here. My vision board is wherever I go. You know, because as you say, whatever you materialize and whatever you visualize and whatever you put out there, that's what comes back to you. A lot of people don't realize that. You know, and you know, when I started in network marketing beginning of 2017, I did not know how to do this. I did not know how to you know, how to even sell to people, because I was in IT before. That was me. You know, and when I saw this business beginning of December last year, I had 126 Rand in my bank account. I've got 4 daughters. We were eating stock cubes and water for supper. And you know, with what we've done with Crowd One, check this out. Just have a look at this. This is creating memories.
Wow.
That's the power, Darin.
That's amazing. So proud of
And
you.
here's the little one. Here's the little one that inspired me. This little one sitting here. She's not looking right now. But my 5-year-old daughter came to me, and what you say is so true. Your why needs to be so powerful that you can give your family a life, that you can create memories. Because memories are more important than money. Am I right or right? Yeah?
Amen.
To be able to do what you want, when you want, whenever you want. And you know, and when you were talking about reading books, there's a book that I've read since beginning of what's it called? 2018. Eric Worre, GoPro. I read that book every single week. And you know, we try and get our teams to read it as well. And like you say, every single time we read that book or a book, you got a different perspective. You pick up on something new. And I just wish everybody on this call would want that for themselves. Because you know, it's not about the money anymore. It's not. It's about how many of you want to live the life like Darin is living, like Bjorn's living, Mr. Smile's living, I'm living, Saruna's living, Mr. George is living. How many of you want it? And that's the thing. Your want, and those are, and like you said, those are the people that fail in this. The people that don't succeed because their want isn't strong enough. And once people start to feel that, yeah, my product and what I've got is going to change the world, guess what? Your life is going to change as well. And you know, Darin, it's the first time that I'm listening to you right now. And brother, I was speaking to Bjorn in the background, and my friend, we've got the same mindset. We've got the same mindset. And I just wish people would want that as well for their own lives. Because a lot of people will think that they're victims of their circumstance. I come from a bad background. This is why I'll never be rich. I don't know how to do it. But guess what? The power is here. You just got to want it. If you want it strong enough, I guarantee the world's going to be your oyster. And I want to say thank you to you. Thank you, Mr. Smile, Saruna, Rakesh, Lorna, and just for giving me the opportunity to be on the call, first of all. But I want to thank Sir Bjorn as well, because when I met with him in February, he gave me, when I sat with him with a friend of mine and we met with him, he just told us, the simple system of what to do. And we didn't try and overcomplicate it. We just followed the simple system. What's that saying? KISS. KISS. Keep it simple, stupid.
That's how it is. That's how it is, Angelo. And you and your team are doing amazing work. And you got to see now what we are doing and get an understanding about this one. And we do these calls every day. And we've done it since October. No matter if it's a birthday, if it's a Christmas, whatever day it is. And that's a little bit what you said about that one, Darin. It's all about doing what maybe is uncomfortable for other people. When it's easy to go and get the turkey and eating the turkey, then we have done it. Rune been on the call. We have been fainting on the call. We've been falling asleep on the call because we've been working around the clock. And then we have people here who are actually up in the morning, 2-3 a.m. It doesn't matter. COVID just changed the time. I think it's internet time now, right, Rune?
This is what we have been talking about on trainings and presentations earlier also. Don't underestimate your product. And in Crowd One, we're selling education packages. We have over 50 hours of videos on various topics, and now they're adding a lot more into it, so it becomes more of an entrepreneurial package. And I told you, I have been traveling around the world to go to these events. Every year, I went to MLM Mastermind with Randy Gage and Art Jonak. I've been walking on glowing coal with Anthony Robbins several times and stuff. And these events and trainings cost thousands and thousands of dollars. And then you have to travel there. I lived in Norway before, now I live in Singapore. So all of these events in Houston and Florida and stuff, it cost me thousands to fly there. It cost me thousands in hotels. And then the events cost thousands. And then you're staying there with successful people and stuff. You're going out with them. And they don't go to McDonald's and eat for $5. They go to a fancy restaurant where a bottle of wine costs several hundreds and stuff. And now we got this training, and Darin is not kidding when he is saying, he was kidding today, we're not going to send him money for this training. But this is worth a hell of a lot more than the Titanium Pro package, which is the biggest package you can ever buy in Crowd One. So whatever you paid to join Crowd One, you got more than value for money during this 1 hour. 39 minutes with Darin Kidd, that was worth it. So thank you so much, Darin. It's amazing to hear you. I've not heard you before, but I'm definitely gonna look you up. I know so many of the other coaches around the world there. So definitely, I hope that Jonas and the guys will get the word and feedback from this training so they can engage you in one of the future events, because it would be lovely to see you on stage. Fantastic. Thank you so much, bro.
Appreciate you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rune. And take action, guys, and go back to be coachable, have the desire, and go all the way what we have been taught today.